Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Gunner Down Under channel. I'm Paz and this is Edzy. Please click the like button and head on over to my channel and give us a subscribe, please. We'd really appreciate it. How you been, bro?
Good for yourself.
Yeah, good.
Good, man.
All right, here we are for the preview of the Manchester United versus Arsenal match at Old Trafford this week. What's your opinion on Man United's recent form?
Oh, bro, they've stepped it up since the last time I was here. Eh?
Yeah.
I'm happy with how it's gone, bro. Hopefully it keeps going like that, man.
What do you reckon of your last three results? Have they been pretty convincing or?
Yeah, I think there were positives there. Obviously, room for improvement. But no, overall, looks pretty good, man.
Yeah. Leicester, did you watch the Leicester game?
Yeah, I did.
Did you shit him at the end when he had that one-on-one? Or?
Oh, bro, honestly, I was shitting it at the end, but I think when Casemiro come on, bro, he calmed it down and the team looked a bit more confident and more calm on the ball.
Well, it's kind of weird how, like, after round 3, you were like third from bottom.
Yeah.
And now this week, if you get a result if you beat us, you're only 3 points behind us, and we've won 5 games straight. So it's a bit funny.
Yeah, it's good how quick you can change. Yeah, start the season shit and a couple of good results and get back up there.
Yeah, what do you reckon about Arsenal's form?
Oh no, it's pretty good, isn't it? Like
5 from 5. Can't get any better than that.
Exactly, it's fucking best start you've had.
A lot of people. I don't think we're getting as much credit as we deserve, to be honest, because people are reading more into the actual results and the score lines than they are as a whole on the performance, how we've played in those games. A lot of these games would have went away to, or even just not even away last year. We would have copped a goal against them and just everyone would have put their heads down and we would have struggled. But it's obviously we're showing a lot of promise in terms of guts, which is something that we've lacked in a long time. Coming from behind or coming from just copping an equaliser or something like that to actually just put it into that second or third gear and end up getting the result. You get what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's doing real well.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Manchester United's transfer window as a whole?
No, as a whole, I think pretty good. We could have done some signings a lot earlier.
Yeah.
We left it almost last minute and fucking overspent, really. I think that's a thing that United need to improve on, just getting players in earlier. But overall, I think the transfer window as well, we covered places that we were weak in, strengthened them positions. And
you've done, I don't know, it kind of feels like you have done, how can I say, you have spent the most money, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, like, I don't think you're getting the credit for the players that you've brought in. It's kind of gone
under the radar.
Under the radar a bit. I think mainly due to the start that you have had. So it's kind of because of how you were struggling in the first 3 games.
Yeah, I think that took over that.
All the pressure was on the club in terms of you not performing and not getting results, rather than showing the attention of the players that you brought in. Obviously, it reminds me of last year. You've got Ronaldo, the best striker in the world, Sancho, one of the best wingers attacking wide players in the world at the time, and you signed Varane last season, pretty much one of the best centre-backs in the world at the time. All winners, Ronaldo, Varane, both Champions League title winners, Varane World Cup winner, Ronaldo Euro winner. Do you get what I mean? So that gave you that huge hype last season, and it just ended up being underwhelming, obviously, throughout the whole season.
Yeah, I think it was overhyped at the start of the year for that, and
it obviously showed the difference between the level of those 3 signings you brought in compared to the rest of the team around them. Whereas now you've obviously built on that and gone a step further, brought another winger in, one of the best, most promising wingers in the world. You've gone and got one of the best CDMs in the world in Casemiro, and you've gone and got another very good centre back. Plus, you've got a good, like you were saying last time, you don't know why United got rid of Henderson as a backup.
He's
been killing it. But that being said, you went and got Dubravka, who's a very good shot stopper as well as a backup. In terms of Arsenal's business, a lot of people were. I was very pissed off as well on deadline day, but a lot of people are letting their frustration overcloud the business we got done early. because obviously they seen we got these injuries in the last week or last round or two. It was clear to us, which I'm pretty sure if it's clear to us, it's obviously going to be clear to the board and the coach and the manager that we needed reinforcements in the midfield. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because we didn't address that and we couldn't get it done on the final day, everyone's kind of said, fucking shit window, Edu out, this bloke out. Yes, fair enough. In my opinion, like we discussed last time on Common Ground, it was an area we needed to strengthen whether or not we got injuries. Then we ended up getting 2 injuries on top of that, and we still didn't get it done. So I just thought that they'd be a lot more proactive rather than reactive towards that area, which I think, apart from striker in Jesus, midfield was probably our next biggest area that we needed to bring another player.
I feel United wouldn't have even signed more players if our first 2 games were what they were. Yeah, I think the Glazers would have just been happy with whatever we had. Them results went our way.
Seems Ten Hag just wanted to bring his whole team from Ajax over.
I mean, it's the players he trusts. Yeah, with United scouting department not fucking good enough for what Ten Hag wants.
Yeah,
he's got to bring in players that he trusts and knows. So.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, like I said, I think a lot of people were getting. Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty pissed off too that we didn't address that area on the final days. But that being said, I think we should give Lokonga a chance. Obviously, I know we haven't seen enough of him. He hasn't proved himself enough since he came here last year. But he was one of those players who's spoken of very highly from a lot of people around the world. I think that judging by his performance that I've seen him play against Aston Villa the other day, he looked like he'd be playing. He's been playing in the Premier League for the past season or two. You know, he didn't really lack much confidence. In my opinion, he lacks a bit in the physical 50-50 challenges, as in he's not the type of player to get in someone's face and rough him up. But on the technical side of things, he knows how to move the ball. He knows how to use his body. You know what I mean? And his passing ability and range is pretty good as well.
Some of them players that just come into a new league and it's like they've been playing there for a couple of years. Yeah, just feel confident.
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of people are getting pissed off more at the fact that they're concentrating on what we didn't get done rather than what we did get done. And what we did do is bring in a top quality striker who's proven in the Premier League. He's won Premier League titles. Yes, he may be young, but I think this is exactly what he needed for him to take his level to that next step, his career to that next step. It was a make or break for him. Put that player in the position, he's either going to crumble with that pressure or he's going to grab it by the scruff of the neck and he's going to improve. Yeah. And he has improved. He's been our best signing, I think, so far. And Zinchenko, another player who I rate probably as my second best signing, but due to the fact that I think even though he's been injured the last week, I think we're seeing a lot more out of Granit Xhaka due to how he plays, because instead of being an overlapping fullback like Kieran Tierney, he tends to tuck in more, letting Martinelli thrive more in the wide area rather than having to cut back in because Tierney's overlapped him into his space. So therefore, when Zinchenko is tucked into that middle, it's giving Granit Xhaka that permission to kind of get more forward, and we're seeing better numbers from Xhaka. He's already got 1 goal and 2 assists in 5 games. That's the exact same. That's the exact same result as he had throughout the whole season. Yeah. So for the whole season last year, he only got 1 goal and 2 assists. Yet he's already matched that in only 5 games. You know what I mean? So that being said, Saliba, everyone's saying, oh, he's not a new signing. He actually, for me, he is a new signing because he's obviously replaced Ben White as at centre back in our starting 11. So it's an upgrade on what we had last year. Fair enough, he went away. I think Arteta kind of knew what he was doing. Maybe he wasn't ready. You could say, a lot of people say French league is farmers league and blah, 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 but it seems to be paying off. It seems like he's got that experience now, the confidence, and he's really thriving. I think him and Gabriel can form a very good partnership and be pretty dominant in the side together for the next couple of years. So where we're going to get on to now, I think we'll get on to our combined 11s. Now, we'll start with the goalkeeper position. Out of 2 squads, who would be in your combined 11 for the goalkeeper position?
I'd say Ramsdale.
Ramsdale?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Look, he's been a lot of people. He hasn't had clean sheets. Most of the goals, like we were having a discussion before, most of the goals that we've had, we've only copped 4 goals, and pretty much 3 of those have been from freak errors rather than actually teams breaking us down. That being said, in a few of those games at very pivotal moments, he's been able to take that pressure off us by making us these important saves in key parts of the game. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll both agree on Ramsdale. Now we'll go into the left back area.
Go for Malacia.
Malacia.
Yeah, I reckon he's been killing it so far.
Yeah, okay. To be honest, I think he only started. He started 1 game or 2 games. 2 games.
2 or 3.
I watched him a bit through preseason, and I kind of got the feeling that he was going to be more of a player for the future.
No, he's played real well.
Yeah, he's very. How old is he? He's young. Is he like 19 or 20? I have seen bits and pieces of him through preseason, like I said, but I haven't seen much of him in these last couple rounds. Few people have told me that he's had good performances, but in my opinion, Kieran Tierney, because I'd put Zinchenko in that left back area if I could confidently say that he's going to start, but apparently he's out through injury, so I'd have to say Kieran Tierney would be the most suitable choice for me, just because I know that he's very consistent. He does his job. He's not a type of player to overdo things at times. Minimum, he's always going to give you that defensive side to his game. Sometimes he might not be on for it when we're going forward as much. He won't give us as much due to him being in and out from injury. But I think due to that solidity in the left back area of just still getting his job done, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd put Tierney in. So quickly, we'll get through the rest of this lineup. We'll go with the left centre back area.
I'll go with Alessandro Martinez.
Alessandro Martinez. You mean Lissandro?
Lissandro.
I thought we'll go with
Lissandro.
Alessandro Martinez. Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. Coming in, I've seen Gabriel seems to have. He's slowly starting to get his confidence back. He had a bit of a shaky start first couple games. I was contemplating putting him in, even though last week he kind of redeemed himself. He redeemed himself after making the mistake. You'd like him to have that confidence to not make the mistake in the first place. You know what I mean? So, due to me knowing that he has that mistake in him, I'd have to agree and go with Lissandro Martinez as well for the left centre back area. And we have right centre back.
I'll go for Saliba.
Saliba, yeah, have to second that. There's not much to say about it. In my opinion, he's been the highlight centre back of the season this year. Very promising start. Winning every duel, every aerial duel, every battle. He's got pace, he's got strength, he's got height. His ability on the ball, his passing abilities just ticks all the boxes for me. So, yeah, right back.
I'll go with Fellow.
Hello?
I think he's been killing it. I think he's played well. He's improved a lot since last season.
Yeah, look, in my opinion, I've heard good things about Dallo in the last couple of fixtures, but I haven't seen much. I haven't seen enough from him myself to be able to give an honest opinion. So, I'm going to put Ben White because I don't know. He's a different animal at right back. He's a better right back than a centre back, in my opinion. And it seems like Arteta's tweaked him a little bit, and he's been playing really well. And he hasn't been getting beaten as much as he was getting beaten man on man in the centre. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's playing very well. He's good at carrying the ball. So I'll go with Ben White. Now we'll go with the CDM area.
I'll go for Casemiro.
Casemiro, I'd agree with that. Haven't seen much of him. Seen him off the bench, obviously, but obviously me knowing what he's capable of and how he is as a player, I'm going to put him in because we don't have a CDM at the moment. So, and we'll go with just the centre mid, number 8.
Eriksen.
You're going to have Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, I like what I've seen so far.
Yeah. In the last couple of games I've watched of you, Eriksen's been one of your most pivotal players.
He's covered the most ground out of any player.
He has, and he's always a threat. He's an 8 where he can get forward and give you attacking options, and plus he's not afraid to get back and put that work rate in. I'm gonna have to put Granit Xhaka back. I'm really liking what I'm seeing with Granit Xhaka. I've seen more from him through the fixtures where Zinchenko's played, like I addressed earlier. When Zinchenko plays, it gives Xhaka that permission to go a bit more forward. Like I said, we're seeing better numbers from him, and I'm just liking. I'm seeing a different kind of Granit Xhaka. He's a lot more advanced than he was last season. So what about number 10, Cam?
Odegaard.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Very, very, in my opinion, leading by example. Everyone was saying, the captaincy might be a bit heavy for him. Who's he to come in and grab his captain's armband? I think he leads by example just with his overall attitude on the pitch, putting in yards off the ball, on the ball, always keeping. He's got an eye for a pass, always looking forward, always looking to create to open the defence. And in my opinion, is going to be very important for us. Let's go left wing. Martinelli. I agree with that. Martinelli. Second. Martinelli. Yeah, I agree with Martinelli. In my opinion, he needed a bit of a kick up the arse. I think his confidence, he was lacking that finishing touch, that final touch in front of goals, which he got last week. Hopefully he can build on that. And he's looking very deadly going forward. So, yeah, I'll put him into up front, striker.
I reckon Jesus.
Gabriel Jesus, me too. I'd agree with that. Not much to say. No. Just loving everything I'm seeing about him. His energy, his work rate, his ability on the ball, off the ball, linking the play up. He's just terrorising defenders. It's just
United don't have a striker that stands out at the moment. So.
Right, and we'll finish with right wing.
I reckon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho, yep, I agree with that. Brilliant. Last couple of games have been good. Not that he's been carrying news, but without his goals, where would you be at the moment? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that concludes our combined 11. Now we'll go with just a quick prediction of results and score.
I'll say 2-1 United.
2-1 United? All right, I'm going to go far out. It's a very, very tough one.
Close one.
I'm very, very confident in our defence, but in my opinion, I know that there is a mistake in us somewhere in that defence, especially now that we're lacking in the defensive midfield area. I'm gonna go 2-1 reverse, 2-1 to Arsenal away.
A good game to watch, though.
Yeah, it should be. Well, that's it, folks. We're going to wrap it up. That's our combined 11 predicted results and scores. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.